The Christmas season is upon us once again, and there's going to be a lot of assholes out there that use the abbreviation Xmas. I do not have to tell you how much this offends me and irritates me. I know a lot of people do not understand why this would bother me, but that is their problem. I know what it is, I know what it means, and I do not like it. Today's video is about me. This does not make me narcissistic. This means that for once I'm going to not spend my time talking about the world's issues to help you all solve them. I'm going to talk about Christ. If you don't like it, get the hell off my channel. I am not your average Christian who sits around making sure that he never watches a photo of a naked woman, never curses, or anything like that. There are many types of Christians in this world. There are the savage Christians, the barbaric Christians, the loyal Christians, the soft-hearted Christians, the dedicated Christians. You name it, they're all out there. I happen to be one of those barbaric ones. Ones that do not tolerate abuse to my Father, to my Lord. He is my King. And if you insult my King, I will come down on you with the full wrath of everything that I have. This is not because I don't like you. This is because you are knocking down my King. And I will not stand for it. Many Christians today pretend to be Christians. They go into the mass churches. Jesus does not like mass gatherings of religion. He made that very clear. All of this aside, I want to speak about me today and my religion, why I believe in him so much. I am not trying to convert you. You do whatever the hell you want to do. I don't give a crap. I'm just here today just to tell you why I believe. Any negative feedback on my comments will just lead to your instant ban on my channel, so don't even bother. When I was 33 years old, which is quite funny that age because that's the year of the age that Christ died, is when I made my leap of faith over to giving myself completely as a child to the Lord. And many people might think that's a strange thing to say, a child to the Lord, and many people are like, ew, look at him, a little pussy bag, ew. All those little demons inside of them going off when I mention Christ. That's their problem. I walk through this world today, and I see the world in a completely different view than everybody else. Let me explain why. We all know the story of Peter, who stepped out of the boat and was walking on water until he gave up hope and he fell into the water and Jesus pulled him out. But what we do not understand is that every human being has the possibility to walk on water. I'm not talking about stepping into a pool and then walking on top of the water. That's not what I'm talking about. What I am talking about is how in this world today, mass of people follow one movement. Take the riots in Ferguson. Everybody gathered together to protest cops killing a very bad person. This is a person who grabbed a gun out of the police officer's holster while the police officer was sitting in the car. Whatever the officer does to this person is justified. I don't even care if the man ran away and he shot him in the back. I don't care. It's still justified. Now, back to my side. Let's talk about walking on water. As I said, many people walk today in mass, which you can also see on Black Fridays. They all walk together in mass. Well, you could be that one person in that mass who does not walk with the mass, who decides to walk away. Or who stands inside of that mass telling people how wrong they are. This person at that moment is walking on water. He is not partaking in the mass hysteria. He is rising above the occasion, and when you rise above an occasion, you are walking on water. That is what walking on water really means, when you rise above it. As a Christian, I can prove to you all how God is real. But none of you would actually give me the opportunity to do so. I bet even half of you that clicked onto this video heard the word Christ the first time and clicked off the video. But for those who have stayed, you too can walk on water. It is not very hard to do. You see, God gave us a set of laws in this world. And when you trust in God and do not give up on him and always believe in him, you too can walk on water. Why do I believe in God so much that I'm willing to sit here and talk about him in full detail when I could be ridiculed by everybody who's on YouTube. Because I understand that since I gave my life over to God, He has blessed my life. Let me tell you how He's blessed my life. When I first gave myself over to God, He gave me a hunger for information. A hunger that could not be solved. It could not stop. I was always hungry, like a vampire hungry for blood. I was hungry for information, knowledge, and righteousness. Instantly when I gave myself over to God. Nothing could fulfill my hunger for information and knowledge and truth and righteousness until I put my nose into that Bible. That was the only thing that could solve my hunger. And after I read the Bible, I'm still hungry. I'm still hungry for righteousness, continuously. I cannot stand injustice in this world, but now, when I walk down the streets of my own town, I can see stuff in people that nobody else sees. I can see behind the mask right away. I know when somebody's lying to me. I know when somebody's being false to me. I know somebody's real beliefs. I can see the inner core of a human being. That's what God gave me. Many people in this world today are blessed in the same way. I have extremely high discernment, which, by the way, is a gift from God that you only get if you are a Christian. But there are people out there who are also Christian, who have the power of healing, the power of patience, the power of understanding. I have, luckily, many of these traits myself. If you look at my whole channel, the way that I built it, you will actually see that I have sacrificed my own time and my own heart and put my whole story out there for everybody to see. All to bring in the men who have been hurt themselves, so for them to release their own pain on my channel and to move on with their lives and better themselves. When you look at the comments on my channel, you will see many men suffering. To many people, they just seem like words because they are just words typed. But when you listen to their story, you'll hear a lot of heartache and suffering. That's what my channel is for men to put their stories down, to give it a place to rest, so that they can move on with their lives and live full, happy, productive lives. I do not want to see any man suffering, not one single man. This was not me before I stepped into Christianity. I used to be a hardcore metal drum band rocker. I am a drummer. I used to listen to dark, heavy metal music all my life until I stepped into God's light. I don't want to sound self-righteous when I say that I walk on water. But I bet when you look at my videos, you will see all the comments saying, "This is a powerful rant. Where did you come up with this?" And stuff like that. When you walk between the masses, when you are in the masses who are all going one way, you cannot see the other opposite direction. Thank God, literally thank God that I can see the opposite direction. When you look today at the world, you see America being consumed by feminism and corrupt politicians. And here I am talking about them, saying they are evil, they are bad, that you have the right to reject them. This is not me being self-righteous. This is me walking on water, looking from a third person's perspective and saying, no, this is not the way to do it. God says to do it this way, so do it this way. And if you all did it this way, you would have a lot more happy and productive lives. Does that make me an evil person? Does that make me a crazy person? Does that make me insane? Do I look like a complete psychopath or an idiot when I come onto my YouTube channel knowing I can be completely ridiculed for talking about Christ in the way that I do? I don't care. Jesus is my leader. He is my king. He is my shepherd. I'll follow him anywhere. I'll follow him into the deepest, darkest pits of hell. That's my Lord. He's my Father. I don't know if you all understand that, but I just got to say, he's my Father. I'll just say it again. He's my Father. He's my Father. I love him to bits. Not only do I love Jesus as the Son of God, I love God and I see him as my Father. He is the eternal. He is the Alpha and the Omega. He is everything. We are just little specks in the universe compared to him. I'm not even worthy enough to look him in the face when I go later on and pass on in this life and go meet him. I don't even deserve to look at his hair or his clothing or anything. I'm just a human being. But while I'm on this planet, I want to help as many people as I can, and not to convert them to Christianity, but to give them peace in their own hearts.